Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover hidden treasures in the world of coins. Today's video is all about one of the most fascinating pieces of British numismatic history, the United Kingdom 3 pence coin, often called the threepenny bit or simply 3D. While many of these coins are common and worth just a few dollars, a select few rare examples have shocked collectors by selling for hundreds, thousands, and even millions of dollars at auction. In this video, we'll explore the top 5 most valuable UK 3 pence coins, looking closely at their rarity, condition, and the incredible prices they've achieved in today's collector market. Let's get fast up the 1937 United Kingdom Threepence. At first glance, especially in a dirty or worn condition, this coin might look ordinary or even worthless. But here's the twist: some versions of this coin have caught the attention of collectors worldwide and can reach impressive values at auctions. So, if you've ever ignored a worn-out old coin, this video might just change your perspective forever. The year 1937 marked a fascinating transition in British coinage. During this time, the Royal Mint introduced not one, but 2 different versions of the threepence coin. This was during the reign of King George VI, a period when the United Kingdom was modernizing its currency system. On one hand, there was the traditional small, round silver threepence, a coin that had been part of British currency for centuries. On the other hand, a completely new design was introduced, a larger, 12-sided brass coin. This unusual shape made it easier to identify by touch and quickly became iconic. Interestingly, both versions were minted and circulated at the same time, making 1937 a unique year in coin history. This dual production created a special situation for collectors today, because it means not all 1937 threepence coins are the same, and some are far more desirable than others. The 1937 threepence comes with distinct features depending on its type. The silver version is small, round, and contains about 50% silver, giving it intrinsic metal value even in poor condition. On the reverse side, it typically features a simple yet classic design, while the obverse shows the portrait of King George VI. The brass version, however, is what really stands out. It has a 12-sided shape, making it instantly recognizable. The reverse design displays a thrift plant, symbolizing thriftiness and saving money, quite fitting for a coin. The brass coin contains no precious metal, so its value depends entirely on rarity and condition rather than metal content. Even in dirty condition, key details such as the date, shape, and design elements remain important in determining whether a coin might be valuable. Now let's talk about what truly drives excitement: rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, most entered heavy circulation and became worn over time. That means finding a high-quality example today is actually quite rare. But here's the important point: even a dirty or heavily circulated coin can still attract attention if it belongs to a rare variation. For example, collectors are always hunting for unusual versions, such as pattern coins or rare prototypes that were never widely released. These are the coins that can skyrocket in value at auctions. The demand comes from both historical significance and the uniqueness of the 1937 transition year. Collectors love coins that tell a story, and this one represents a turning point in British currency design. When it comes to value, condition plays a major role. A typical worn or dirty 1937 brass threepence might only sell for around $2 to $10 in today's market. Meanwhile, the silver version has a base value tied to its metal content, usually starting at around $1.50 or more depending on silver prices. However, here's where things get interesting. Coins in excellent condition, or rare variations, can fetch much higher prices. Proof versions and special strikes have been known to reach $30 or more, and extremely rare pattern coins can go into the thousands of dollars at auction. So even though your coin may look dirty or worn, it could still hold hidden value, especially if it's a less common type. If you're holding a 1937 threepence, the first thing to do is identify which version you have, silver or brass. This alone can significantly affect its value. Next, avoid cleaning the coin, even if it looks dirty. Cleaning can reduce its value because collectors prefer original surfaces. It's also important to check for unusual features or rare variations. Even small details can make a big difference. If you believe your coin might be valuable, consider getting it professionally graded or evaluated. Finally, keep an eye on auction trends. Coin values can change depending on demand, and sometimes even common coins can spike in price when collectors show increased interest. The 1937 United Kingdom Threepence may seem like just another old coin, especially in dirty condition, but its story and potential value make it far more exciting than it appears. From its unique dual design history to its collector demand and auction potential, this coin proves that even the smallest pieces of history can carry surprising worth. So before you dismiss that old, worn coin sitting in your collection, take a closer look, because hidden inside that dirt and wear could be a piece of history worth real money. And who knows, your next discovery might just be a rare treasure waiting to shine again. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United Kingdom 3 pence coin from 1962, particularly those found in fine condition. While at first glance it may seem like just another small piece of brass, collectors around the world know that certain examples of this coin can command surprisingly high prices at auction. In this video, we'll explore why the 1962 threepence stands out, what makes it desirable, and how its value has evolved into the hundreds, and sometimes even more, in US dollars. The threepence coin, often affectionately called the threepenny bit, has a long and interesting history in British currency. By 1962, the coin was already well established as a staple of everyday transactions in the United Kingdom. Introduced in its distinctive 12-sided brass form in 1937 during the reign of King George VI, the design continued into the reign of Queen Elizabeth II after her coronation in 1953. The 1962 issue belongs to this later Elizabethan period, a time when Britain was transitioning economically but still heavily reliant on pre-decimal coinage. These coins circulated widely until the decimalization of British currency in 1971, after which they were gradually withdrawn from use. Despite their common circulation at the time, certain preserved examples have since become collectible due to their condition, historical context, and scarcity in high grades. What truly sets the 1962 threepence apart is its instantly recognizable design and physical characteristics. Unlike most coins, it features a 12-sided shape, making it easy to identify even by touch. The coin is made of brass, giving it a golden appearance that distinguishes it from silver-colored denominations. On the obverse, you'll find the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which is highly regarded for its elegant simplicity. The reverse displays a crowned Tudor portcullis, a symbol deeply rooted in British heritage and associated with Westminster. The combination of its geometric shape, bold design, and durable composition makes this coin both visually appealing and historically significant. In fine condition, where the details remain sharp and the surfaces show only moderate wear, these features become even more striking and desirable to collectors. At first glance, the 1962 threepence might not seem rare, as millions were minted for everyday use. However, the real rarity emerges when we focus on coins that have survived in fine or better condition. Many of these coins were heavily circulated, meaning that well-preserved examples are far less common than the original mintage numbers suggest. Collectors are particularly interested in coins that retain clear details on the Queen's portrait and the portcullis design, with minimal scratches or discoloration. Additionally, the growing interest in pre-decimal British coinage has driven up demand globally, especially among collectors in the United States and Europe. As a result, even a coin that was once considered ordinary can become highly sought after when it meets the right quality standards. When it comes to market value, the 1962 threepence in fine condition can vary significantly depending on its exact grade and overall eye appeal. On average, a standard example in fine condition may sell for a modest amount, typically ranging from around $5 to $20. However, coins that are closer to extremely fine or uncirculated condition can fetch much higher prices, sometimes reaching $20 to $50 or more. Exceptional specimens with outstanding preservation, original luster, or unique characteristics have been known to achieve even higher results at specialized auctions. While it may not rival the value of rare gold or silver coins, the steady appreciation and consistent demand make it a noteworthy piece in the collector's market, especially for those building a complete set of British pre-decimal coins. For collectors interested in acquiring or evaluating a 1962 threepence, condition should always be the top priority. Pay close attention to the sharpness of the design elements, particularly the Queen's hair and the details of the portcullis. Avoid coins with heavy scratches, corrosion, or excessive wear, as these factors significantly reduce value. It's also wise to purchase from reputable dealers or auction houses to ensure authenticity and fair pricing. Storing the coin properly is equally important. Keeping it in a protective holder and away from moisture or extreme temperatures will help preserve its condition over time. Finally, staying informed about current market trends and recent auction results can give you a better understanding of what similar coins are selling for, allowing you to make smarter buying or selling decisions. The United Kingdom 1962 threepence is a perfect example of how even everyday currency can transform into a collectible treasure over time. With its distinctive design, historical significance, and increasing demand among collectors, this small brass coin holds a unique place in numismatic history. Next up, the 1954 United Kingdom threepence might seem ordinary. But could this humble coin actually be a hidden treasure worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars at auction? In today's video, we're diving deep into the reality behind this fascinating coin, especially in circulated condition, to uncover its true rarity, collector demand, and real market value in US dollars. The 1954 threepence was issued during the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, just 1 year after her coronation. This coin is part of Britain's pre-decimal currency system, which existed before 1971 when the UK switched to decimal coinage. Minted in London, this coin was produced in large numbers. Approximately 41.7 million pieces were struck that year. This was a time when Britain was rebuilding after World War II, and coins like the threepence were widely used in everyday transactions. Because of this heavy circulation, many of these coins show signs of wear today. One of the most recognizable aspects of the 1954 threepence is its unusual 12-sided shape, making it stand out from most circular coins. It is made from nickel brass, giving it a distinctive golden color. On the front, or obverse, you'll find a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right. The inscription around her reads, Elizabeth II de Gratia Regina f laughing face. The reverse design is equally iconic. It features a crowned portcullis with chains, a symbol historically associated with British Parliament. Surrounding it are the words, 3 pence, with the year 1954 below. The coin weighs about 6.8 grams and measures 21 millimeters in diameter, making it small but solid in hand. Here's where things get interesting, and where many collectors get confused. Despite its vintage appearance, the 1954 threepence is with over 41 million coins minted. It was extremely common in everyday use. However, rarity is not just about mintage numbers, it's also about condition. While circulated coins are abundant, high-grade uncirculated examples are much harder to find. Many coins were heavily used, scratched, or worn down, which reduces their desirability. Collectors today are especially interested in coins in near-perfect or mint condition. Proof versions or error coins. Coins with strong details and minimal wear. So while a worn coin may not be rare, a pristine 1954 threepence can still attract attention in the collector market. Let's talk about what everyone really wants to know, value. In circulated condition, the 1954 threepence is generally worth very little. Typical values range from about 10 pence to 65 pence, depending on condition. That translates roughly to $3.15 to $4.80 USD, even in extremely fine condition. It may only reach around £2, or about $5.50 USD. Uncirculated coins, however, can sell for higher prices, around $2.60 to $9.90, which equals roughly $30 to $15 US depending on grade. At auction, only exceptional examples, such as top-graded coins or rare variants, might exceed these ranges. But it's important to be realistic. Most circulated 1954 threepence coins will not reach high dollar values. If you're a collector or thinking about investing in coins like this, focus on quality over quantity. Look for coins with sharp details, minimal scratches, and original luster. Always check for grading standards, and if possible, buy coins that have been professionally graded. This adds credibility and can significantly impact resale value. Also, don't rely on hype. Many online listings exaggerate the value of common coins. Always compare with verified auction results and trusted coin value guides before making a purchase. Finally, consider collecting the full threepence series instead of just one coin. Completing a set often holds more long-term value and satisfaction. So, is the 1954 United Kingdom threepence a rare coin worth a fortune? In most cases, no. In circulated condition, it's a common coin with modest value. The real treasure isn't always in the price, it's in the history, the story, and the connection to the past that each coin carries, and who knows. If you happen to find one in exceptional condition, you might just have something a little more special than you think. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United Kingdom 3 pence coin from 1960, especially those preserved in fine condition. While it may not immediately stand out like gold sovereigns or rare crowns, this modest brass coin has quietly built a reputation among collectors. Its historical charm, distinctive design, and surprising scarcity in higher grades have made it an increasingly talked about piece in auction circles, where values can climb much higher than most people expect. The 1963 pence coin belongs to a long lineage of British pre-decimal currency, a system that remained in place until 1971. Introduced in its distinctive 12-sided brass form in 1937 during the reign of King George VI, the threepence was designed to be easily recognizable and practical for everyday use. By 1960, the coin was issued under Queen Elizabeth II, whose youthful portrait by Mary Gillick appears on the obverse. This era represents a transitional period in British coinage, modern in monarch, yet still rooted in traditional currency systems that would soon disappear. Large quantities were minted for circulation, but because they were heavily used in daily transactions, finding well-preserved examples today is far less common than raw mintage figures might suggest. What makes the 1963 pence instantly recognizable is its 12-sided shape, a rarity in coinage that sets it apart from the more common round designs. Struck in brass, the coin carries a warm golden tone, though it is not made of precious metal. On the obverse, you'll find the elegant laureate portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, surrounded by the inscription of her title. The reverse features a bold and simple design, a portcullis topped with a crown, symbolizing strength and heritage, along with the denomination, 3 pence, and the date. In fine condition, the coin retains clear details, moderate wear, and a pleasing overall appearance. Higher-grade examples, especially those approaching extremely fine or uncirculated, display sharper edges, brighter surfaces, and stronger visual appeal, which significantly impacts their desirability. Next up, the 1953, especially when found in extra-fine condition. At first glance, it may appear to be just another small denomination from mid-20th century Britain, yet collectors and auction houses know better. This coin carries historical weight, distinctive design, and in the right condition, a surprisingly strong market value measured in impressive dollar figures. Today, we take a closer look at why the 1953 3 pence stands out and why it continues to attract serious collectors worldwide. The 1953 3 pence coin was minted during a significant moment in British history, the coronation year of Queen Elizabeth II. This marked the beginning of a new era following the reign of King George VI, making 1953 a transitional and symbolic year for British coinage. The 3 pence denomination itself had already evolved over time, shifting from silver compositions in earlier decades to a brass 12-sided coin introduced in the late 1930s. By 1953, the coin had become a familiar part of everyday commerce in the United Kingdom. However, coins minted in the first year of a monarch's reign often carry added historical importance, and this contributes significantly to their appeal today. Unique all features of the coin. The 1953 3 pence coin is instantly recognizable due to its distinctive 12-sided shape, which sets it apart from most round coins. Struck in brass, it has a warm golden tone that gives it visual appeal even decades later. On the obverse, the coin features the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This youthful depiction of the Queen, uncrowned and facing right, is highly regarded among collectors for its elegance and simplicity. The reverse showcases a detailed Tudor portcullis crowned, symbolizing strength and tradition, with chains extending from either side. The date, 1953, appears clearly below, marking its historical significance. In extra-fine condition, the coin retains sharp details, minimal wear on high points, and a strong, attractive luster, all of which dramatically increase its desirability, rarity and collector high demand. While millions of 3 pence coins were minted in 1953, finding one in extra-fine condition is far less common than the original mintage might suggest. Most coins from that era were heavily circulated, leading to worn surfaces and loss of detail. Coins that have survived with minimal wear are increasingly scarce, especially those with clean surfaces and strong visual appeal. Collectors are particularly drawn to first-year-of-issue coins featuring a new monarch, and the 1953 Three Pence fits perfectly into that category. Demand is further driven by collectors specializing in British coinage, coronation year memorabilia, and uniquely shaped coins. As a result, competition for high-grade examples can be intense, especially at auctions where quality pieces are showcased. Current market value in dollars. The market value of a 1953 United Kingdom 3 pence coin varies widely depending on its condition, but extra fine specimens can command notable prices. While average circulated examples might only be worth a few dollars, coins graded as extra fine can reach values ranging from approximately $15 to $50, depending on eye appeal and preservation. Exceptionally well-preserved pieces approaching about uncirculated condition may even push beyond that range, particularly in competitive auction environments. Although it may not reach the dramatic prices of rare gold or silver coins, the steady demand and historical significance ensure that high-quality examples consistently achieve respectable dollar values. Over time, as fewer pristine coins remain available, these prices have shown a tendency to gradually rise. Tips for collectors. For collectors interested in acquiring a 1953 3 pence in extra fine condition, careful inspection is essential. Pay close attention to the sharpness of the Queen's portrait and the details of the portcullis design, as these areas tend to show wear first. Original luster, minimal scratches, and a pleasing overall appearance can significantly enhance value. It is also wise to purchase from reputable dealers or established auction houses to ensure authenticity and accurate grading. Proper storage is equally important. Keeping the coin in a protective holder and away from moisture or harsh environments will help preserve its condition. Patience can also be a valuable asset, as waiting for the right specimen often leads to a more satisfying and worthwhile addition to a collection. Conclusion: the United Kingdom 3 pence coin of 1953 may be small in size, but it carries a compelling blend of history, design, and collector appeal. Its connection to the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, combined with its distinctive shape and elegant imagery, makes it a standout piece in British numismatics. When found in extra fine condition, its rarity becomes much more apparent, and its value in the auction market reflects that desirability. For collectors, it represents not only a piece of currency but also a tangible link to a pivotal moment in history. As interest in historical coins continues to grow, the 1953 3 pence remains a fascinating and rewarding piece to own.